I'm an avid gardener. And while I'm working in my garden, and I always encourage my clients to have one thing that will anchor them, that when you feel you're drifting all over and you feel as if everything else is not working, when it's a quiet moment in your garden where you can reflect, reflective work is so important. Whether it's reading, whether it's a walk in the park, for me, other than gardening, I get to the lake, the water, where I have to sit still because it said, be still and know. Be still and know. Because when I'm by the water and I'm quiet and I'm reflecting, the thought seems to have such clarity. And I'm in dialogue with myself. And I can have that internal dialogue at times, as we all know, can be negative. But when you're refocusing and you're redirecting the energy, it's here that you have your rethinking, but you're redirecting in the sense that where you're saying, I'm no good. I'm no good at nothing. I'm not good at anything. Then you say, but that's not true. Because I've done this and I've done that and I've done here and I've done this and I've been here. And those are all good things. And so what happened with the entire internal dialogue, you start to redirect and refocus because you're in communicating, you're saying, now let's think about this. All the negative things that you've been feeding yourself for a little while because you're in that difficult place. Obviously now you're taking some time out, and as you revisit the positives in your life, you realize that, well, no, not really. I am good at this. I'm good at X. I'm good at Y. And I'm good. And I'm getting better at. Because remember, as we go through the process of living our lives, that there are areas that you're going to be challenging and that you need to work on. And there are other areas where you've excelled and you've done the things that you wanted to do. So with your internal dialogue, being quiet by the lake and hearing that water gently lap. And I've always wondered why by the water, Dawn, you seem to find such peace. And I was speaking to my mom, and she's big on the spirituality too, and she said, it's because your body is made up of more than 80% or 90% water. So when you go to the water, you have this connection. This is how she described it to me. And for me, she made me a believer because when I get to the water and I'm reflecting and I'm meditating and I'm doing the I am exercises. And again, it's I am that I am. I am an excellent individual. I am beautiful. What you're doing is self-perception. It's how you perceive yourself. Not as another individual is defining you, but how you're defining yourself. Because we've got in society that if you're not a size 6 or a size 8 or a size 10, then you're a misfit. You're not a fit. But you've got to reevaluate and to do that self-acceptance. Even at a size 14 or a size 16 or whatever my size is, I'm okay. So I'm beautiful. In whatever package you come in, you're beautiful. Because you're not only looking at yourself externally, but you're looking at yourself internally. And who am I? Again, it comes back to that question. I am that I am. Because I'm all of that and then some. You've got to take your personal attributes, your personal strength, your personal beauty, your personal grace, your whole emotional makeup, and then you say to yourself, Cheryl Ann, this is who I am. And once you're comfortable with who you are, then the work begins because you're moving then with a very confident individual. You're moving yourself along. You're no longer looking for someone else to move you along. You're looking at the whole picture and you're comfortable with the picture that you see because, of course, you have painted that picture. You have not called in an artist to paint your picture. And as you've painted your picture, as you define who you are, as you accept who you are, and you have that knowledge, then you take yourself from there, because this greater force, this greater light, this greater grace, you're using that with the I am affirmations to take you along.